today's workout is going to be 6 rounds. We're going to go ahead and split these 6 rounds up into 3 2-rounders, and each time we move from one to the other, we'll be decreasing the weight of the barbell. Let's go into detail. We're going to complete 2 rounds of 24 double unders, 4 front squats at 175 and 125. Then we're going to complete 8 strict handstand push-ups. Once you complete 2 rounds, you move directly into the next 2-rounder. We're going to decrease the load, and we'll go ahead and complete 24 double unders, 8 front squats at 155 and 110, and 8 strict handstand push-ups. We'll complete that twice before we actually decrease the load again and go into the last 2 rounds, which will be 24 double unders, 16 front squats at 135, 85, and 8 strict handstand push-ups. We are going to try to tax your body by decreasing the number or decreasing the weight of the front squat, but increasing the reps. This is going to fatigue the body in a very unique way, and it will challenge you to A, do those double unders, and B, those strict handstand push-ups. Now, 8 strict handstand push-ups each round for 6 rounds is a lot. So if we need to, we're going to scale it a little bit more conservatively. Level 1, it will be 4 strict handstand push-ups. Level 2 is 2 strict handstand push-ups. Level 3 is going to be 1 strict handstand push-up. Now, if you're thinking about if I should do the RX8 or scale down, you should be able to kind of gauge this based off this one feeling. If 8 is an easy number that you can crank out basically at any time, go ahead and RX it. But if 8 is something that you're like, I don't know, I haven't done that many, or you at one time, you should scale it down, even if you perceive 4 reps as easy. Okay, if that's the case, go faster. All right, but you want that number that you start with to be one of those ones that like, oh, I can crush that number. All right, and then understand that by the nature of this workout, fatigue will set in, and those reps towards the end are going to be real challenging. Okay. Now, if we don't have that movement yet, the strict handstand push-ups, we can go ahead and go handstand to headstand lower, only utilizing 1 pad. That's basically to the floor. All right, we'll do 2 reps of that. We can scale it even further and do a handstand to a headstand lower using multiple pads, but there should be a degree of lowering that's happening. If you're legitimately just kind of like unlocking your elbows and touching the pads, that's probably not going to benefit you, and I'd rather you scale even further, okay? Now, if we're going to scale even further from that, we can also do 4 handstand kick-ups. That's going to fatigue the shoulders, but it will kind of allow you to kind of keep those pressors a little bit more fresh to allow you to lock out those handstand kick-ups every single time. And then finally, the lowest scale today is going to be 8 dumbbell strict presses. That means you have 2 dumbbells in either hand, and you'll go ahead and strict press it up only using your arms. Use a weight that's going to be challenging at the end of the workout. So that same similar feeling of like, oh, I can do 8 real fast on the first few sets, and then maybe it'll slow down. That's what you're looking for. Okay, we're not expecting that those dumbbell strict press are to be completed unbroken. But when you're fresh, 8 shouldn't be something that you struggle with, okay? Fatigue will settle in towards the middle and end of the workout, and so that's what we're trying to kind of achieve. If you do those strict presses and are able to crank out 8 really fast throughout all the 6 rounds, probably went a little bit on the lighter side, okay? So that's going to kind of give you that insight as to what all of this should feel like in this workout. Be smart with your loading on your barbell. If the class is big, you might have to take off your 10s and add a bigger plate. If the class is a little bit on the smaller side and you have multiple plates, you can go ahead and stack them. But just remember that that kind of is dictated by the number of people in class and what weights we're going to be using. So try to plan it out so that you can quickly change your weights and get back to work when we're moving through this, okay? The weights are able to be scaled, but we want to make sure that you're starting with those 4 reps as a heavy weight, and then you're trying to start to pull the weights off by 10 or 20 pounds, and then get those increased repetitions. So this workout is going to be interesting. For some of you, you'll be able to thrive with those front squats and maybe struggle with the handstand push-ups. And others of you will have to be brave on those front squats, and then you'll be able to crank out those strict handstand push-ups. But really, we're trying to manage fatigue. We're going to be smart as we go through this workout. And above all, we're going to be smart with our movement, not sacrificing form and technique for just a really quick time, okay? So really try to manage your movements here on the front squat and the strict handstand push-ups so that we get a huge benefit from this workout.